Hello and welcome back to my video tutorial series on how to use the SmplASketch. Today we're going to talk about how to use the device in conjunction with the DAW. So the most important part of the device is these 7 buttons on the top. They are labeled Clear, Snap, Sample, Wave, and LFO. And these two have the up and down arrows engraved on them. There's also a USB cable in the back, which is connected to my computer right now. And each SmplASketch comes with these little plexiglass slides, which you can draw on with any run-of-the-mill whiteboard marker, and this is this wave that I decided to draw for this demo. So what you do, you take your slide, and you go and you insert it into the machine. There we go. And then, if you see right now I have the waveform editor pulled up, so what we have to do is we have to select which thing we want to capture. So let's put it in the wave save slot by hitting wave, and then we're going to hit snap. And as you see, the sound wave shows up on the device, on the DAW. So let's say for some reason I don't really like what's happening over here. There's this little gap. I wonder what's causing that. So we're going to go into the calibration assistant, which is right over here under the reset stuff. And we're going to hit turn on. What we're going to do is we're going to hit snap again. And what's happening, if you can see, is that part of the corner of the slide is getting captured by the device, and we don't want that. So what we're going to do is we're going to go and we're going to change the zoom parameter. And we're just going to zoom in the tiniest bit. We're going to keep hitting snap until it looks like we get rid of it. And there we go. And then if we want to see what the capture is, instead of the camera, we can just toggle this here. And we see, oh, that's what the device is seeing. That looks good. And just for good measure, we can, in either of these modes, select show extraction, which will show us what the device actually captures and puts in the DAW. The other thing that we can do in this mode is, let's say for some reason we're in a room and it's really like, it's too bright or it's too dark, and we get something like this, where it's like all staticky in our scan, or it's tons of gaps. So we can just mess with the threshold until, like here, it's not capturing everything. So we want to keep changing the threshold until we see one solid waveform all the way through, like that. That looks right about there is perfect. Perfect. So when we're done calibrating, we turn off the calibration editor, and we have our wave. And we can hit sample. Hitting the sample button on the device is the exact same thing as hitting the sample button in the DAW. Now, from here, we can also capture the LFO, which is the same process. We just go into LFO mode. We make sure that the LFO is on, and we hit LFO and capture. And now, oh, oops, wrong button. I think drawing the LFOs, personally for me, is a lot more fun than drawing the basic wave shapes, but you know, you can do a lot of cool stuff with either mode. Other things you can do on the device, you could do the same thing that we could do in the reset menu with the clearing. So we can hit wave and then clear, and let's recapture. You can also change the pitch. So you'll notice if I hit wave and plus, the coarse tuning knob changes. Oh, well, it won't do anything with LFO mode on. And this can also change the envelope length as well if we hit LFO. Or sorry, the LFO length if we pump it up and down. We also need to turn LFO on. And that's about all you can do with the device buttons. The main thing is just the device allows you to actually scan in your drawings here. The only other thing to take note of is just that every button on the device, other than the snap button, has a counterpart in the DAW, and either one will work at any time. I hope you enjoyed this video, and stay tuned for the final video on how to use the draw mode for if you do not have a SmplASketch hardware device.